Hello and welcome to this new tutorial about the Emgu CV user interface elements. In this tutorial, I will describe the HistogramBox, ImageBox, PanAndZoom picture box and how we can use them in our Visual Studios. So let's get started with Visual Studios. Launch Visual Studios and open a new project. Click on Visual C# and then go to Windows Forms application and let me write it EMG tutorial 2 real 2 and click OK. So here is Windows Forms application, and I want to Forms application, I want to show the toolbox first, and from the toolbox you can see there are no user interface elements, and to make them available, let me create a new tab over here. I just call it Emgu CV, and right click on Emgu CV, choose items, click on browse button, and then go to the location where you have installed your Emgu CV bin folder, and then you can see here EmguCV.UI.dll. just click on that DLL, open it, and click on OK button. Once they are loaded here, just click on. So here you can see some new elements being added, user interface elements being added into Emgu CV, the HistogramBox, ImageBox, Matrix box, PanAndZoom picture box. Drag and drop a button and change it text to load image, and also from the Emgu CV tab which we have recently added, drag and drop an image box, make it say like this much, it is enough. The name of this image box is ImageBox 1. What I want to do is that when I click on this load image button, I want to load an image into this picture box. So double click on load image, and let's say we have a file name, and which is located in my D folder, lena.jpg, and I want to create a variable inside this class. Its color is BGR, and the depth is of byte, and I call it input image. And similarly, I want to create another image, say gray image, and it should be of type gray. So what I want to do is, now I want to read this image with the file name into my input image, that is a color image. So input image is equal to, I want to create a new object, and I pass the file name into the constructor so that it will read and assign this into Emgu CV. So what it will do is read the image of this image into my input folder, and I want to check that if my input image is equals null, I want to display a simple message to the user that the image is not read, and I want to return to make sure that we are working with an image which has already been loaded. The next thing I want to do is I want to display it into the image box. So the name of the image box is ImageBox 1, and it has an important property, ImageBox.image equals to underscore input image. Let's run this application and see the output. So click on this load image, Perfect. So it is working fine, or read and write them. And this is similar to the picture box. However, it has some additional properties such as interpolation mode, panable and zoomable properties, zoom scale. All these, some additional and extended properties are also part of this image box. One more thing we will notice from here, once again I will show you the functional mode. So when we scroll on this image, it is now zoomable. It zooms in as well. And also when you, with the help of your middle mouse button, you can panable also. So it is also zoomable as well as panable. We can control that this property in the image box, that is called the functional mode. This functional mode can be set from ImageBox functional properties. So EmguCV.cv.userinterface.imagebox functional mode options dot minimum. If we set it to minimum, it means it will be only read on, no zoom, pan and right click properties are available. So let's check this one. So I'm trying to do it, right click it, zoom it, but I'm unable to do that. So this is the minimum property. The other properties is the pan and a zoom. It allows pan and a zoom. Everything means we can pan, zoom, as well as right click menu. All things are available. By default, it is everything. Another important control is the pan and zoom picture box. The difference between these two is this one is a picture box, while this one is a user control. The picture box has all these properties that the picture box exposes, although both have similar properties. Both, for me, both are same, but there are some technical differences. This is a picture box and we cannot directly assign the image into it. Rather, we will see that we need to change the picture box into the bitmap, and then we can display in the PanAndZoom picture box. So to do that, let's say a copy and a paste, and I call it a grayscale image. Scale image. What I want to do is I want to convert the image into a grayscale image and display it in the PanAndZoom picture box. So I created already an image that is equal to, I just want to convert the image into this gray one with the same depth. This is the function that we use to convert, and here I mentioned the gray, so it converts the image, which is basically BGR, into a gray image. And now I want to display this gray image in PanAndZoom picture box 1 dot image is equal to underscore gray image. Now this one will definitely generate an error. The reason being that this is a picture box, basically derived from picture box, so it doesn't know about a gray image. So what I need to do is, instead of directly assigning this gray image, I need to convert it into bitmap, which is the property of this image box, and it generates the bitmap for the image, and then we can assign it to the zoom and the picture box. Let's hit run and check, and then hit the grayscale. So you can see this is the picture box, and all these functionalities are also available. Here the right click functionality is available to apply these functions to it, but for the picture box these are not available. So it has some restrictions of just only zoom and pan properties into it, but the right click property and other functionalities are not available with this pan and a zoom control. The final thing that I would like to show is how can we use this histogram element just to display the histogram of these images. I just want to make this one a bit small in size. This is for the grayscale image. Let me drag and drop this histogram box under the color image and the histogram box under the grayscale image. I just want to display the histogram for both controls. So drag and drop two buttons and rename it to color histogram and rename this one to grayscale histogram and just rename them. I double click on it, create a dense histogram. Hist is equal to new dense histogram, and this is what we want to do is the bin size I want to keep it to 256 bins, and range I want to mention here that the values are between 0 and 255. So the next thing that you need to do is to use histogram.calculate function to calculate the histogram. This calculate requires, as you can see here, a matrix, or you can provide a gray image as well into it. So I will provide an image, and its depth is in byte, and I want here to mention that I'm going to use the first channel, that is the blue channel of the color image, and I don't want to accumulate it from the previous any histogram, and I don't have any mask. I just want to use all of the pixel values. And the next thing I need is a mate object. This mate is used by the histogram box, and it expects the data to be displayed in the histogram in the form of a mate. So let me copy the data from hist into this mate object. And finally, the HistogramBox 1.add histogram, and it is expecting the name for the histogram. Let me say blue channel histogram, and the next parameter is the color. So let me select the color dot blue, and this is the the data is present in this histogram, and the bin size is 256, and we would like to create a float array, and here I would like to mention the range between 0 and 256. And it is very important to remember that we need to refresh this histogram, otherwise it will not be displayed on the user interface. So I will repeat the same things for the let's use the magic of copy and a paste, except one thing that I want is I want to use the gray image, and I don't need to mention the channel, as you know this is only one channel image, and I said gray scale histogram, and I want to display it in HistogramBox 2, and let's hit this start. Convert it into grayscale, color histogram, and a gray histogram. So this histogram is for the color image. Only the blue channel I have considered. We can use the other channels the same way as well. This is the histogram for the grayscale image. So with that note, I would like to say bye-bye. See you in the next video.